Big Panda Boys did, and they got 2 people out. So now it's tied. So let's see if any of the teams can get ahead at all to put them in an advantage going into the third round. I think even if they go and even if the killer gets a 4K or the survivors get a 4 out, they can still do a third round, but the survivors would still have to get, well, the other team would have to get a 4K or 4 out for their team to tie it again. So it's kind of like, it's because the match you can get right now is 6, so, because it's already 2-2, so we'll see how it goes. I haven't seen Naughty Drake do killer, so, I know he's pretty decent at it. I haven't watched him, but I trust Big Painter Boy's investment in putting him as killer. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to see how their killer performs, because we didn't get a preview. Again, I know we're beating a dead horse here, but we didn't get a preview of the killer yesterday. So I'm really interested to see how they do. We're going to, I think going later into the tournament, like we are right now, we're going to see a lot more closer matches. Yesterday, it was a lot more one-sided matches, but it seems like today, we're getting a lot closer. We only had a 2 escape in the last match, so we're tied at 2-2 going into the second match. We are going to have a Huntress running Dying Light, Unrelenting, Agitation, and Spies from the Shadows. I can't wait to see how this goes. So we have Naughty Drake immediately stalking and looking for survivors. Really interesting that the map that they got is Mother's Dwelling. Do you think that's going to work out in the killer's favor?
I think it is, for sure.
It is the Huntress's playground, you know, right? This is the Huntress playground, the Red Forest. So we'll see. But I really can't wait to see how Naughty Drake performs this killer, because he is going to be I haven't talked to you about this, David, but he is going to be a sub-survivor for my team in TLB for extra days. So I want to see how he does the killer, because you never know, if we ever need someone to sub as killer, we can, this will totally give me any advice on if he does decently or how he performs. So I can't wait to see how it goes.
Most certainly. And it does seem like he is having a little trouble at the get-go catching this particular survivor. It looks like he is going to try and bloodlust him as opposed to throwing hatchets, and he did get his first hit onto Shomo. Getting looped outside of the cabin. Huntress does have a slightly lower run speed. It does have a slightly lower run speed than the other killers due to the fact that she has ranged hatchets. That was the developer's way of balancing the Huntress. I didn't see... I do believe he forgot to put on add-ons. Let me go ahead and go back to the screen and check. Oh, I apologize. He did put on an add-on. It is the Green Huntress add-on. Unfortunately, I am not very well versed in Huntress. If anybody in chat is and can tell me what that add-on is, it doesn't seem to be lighting up for me. Again, it's going to be this one here.
What the hell? This is one of those stuck. What the heck? I can't do anything.
And it does look like he got down Shomo. I apologize for missing that swing, but he did get Shomo down. Thank you for the host, Karnage.
No problem.
Oh, and now already 2-2 with Jinko disconnecting early in the game. Are we counting disconnects as kills for the killers or just a non-point? We'll work it out after the match. We'll figure out what the score is after the match. For now, the Huntress is just stalking near the woodpile. It seems like he's found his next survivor, chasing the Nia. Let's see how this Nia utilizes the woodpile. This could be a very powerful tool in the hands of the right survivor.
I know yesterday that I know there was like one or two disconnection, like one or two of the rounds. So we'll see how the score comes out at the end, because I hate that it happens that people disconnect mid-match, which unfortunately if it was to where they didn't have a Jin Dome or they didn't have hooks, it would be different. Like if there wasn't anything happen or hadn't found a survivor, it would be easy to reset if one person disconnected. But because there's progress in the game, there's people being unhooked, you can't really restart the round, because you don't want to upset any of the players playing, and don't want to show any kind of like favoritism team just because they had a disconnect.
Most
yes,
definitely.
that is true. Yes.
Huntress still stalking. It seems like she's having a little bit of trouble finding people. Unfortunately, it seems like spies from the shadows. Oh, and it just as I opened my mouth, spies from the shadows just gave her an alert.
And that's a good pick for her, especially through this map.
Most definitely. Although one of the biggest downsides of spies from the shadows is the very short range from which it can be activated.
I will say with Spies of the Shadows, months back, I used it on my Michael, and it got me a 4K on, I think it was one of the McMillan maps, and I got a 4K with Michael within like 1 minute of the game because the survivors weren't playing as decently as they should. They were being very altruistic. I had one person in the basement, so it's not people would see it underrated, but it did give me a 4K, so I appreciate the perk for that game. So we'll see
Just
if
to
they
let
help out
y'all
more
know,
this game.
Vocare does not respect 4%. He does not.
And
No.
it looks like Naughty Drake is having a great deal of trouble catching up to Shy Foxy, who is just running him around the match. He decides to break chase and switch targets and goes for the ace. Definitely a good decision. I think that's the mark of a good killer. Knowing that you're unable to catch a survivor and maybe switching targets and going to a different one. Now he just got that person down. I think a lot of mistakes that killers make is they think because they can't catch somebody that it makes them a bad killer. When that's not usually the case. They just need to break chase, wait until they find that survivor in a more vulnerable spot on the map, chase someone else in the meantime, which he did there. It worked great. He's got his, I believe, his third hook of the game on Blitzkrieg. Well, third hook of the game, first on Blitzkrieg.
This killer's playing smart. That's good. That's really good.
Definitely a smart killer. Looks like Blitzkrieg found a yellow flashlight inside of a chest. I believe he did so yesterday as well. Definitely some good luck going there for him.
You also noticed that since there was a disconnect on Corpse Party Streamer's team, that takes one survivor away from a still regular 5 or 4 survivor versus killer match. So, it takes away one extra person to do gens or do rescues or do chase. So we'll see how they manage without that one extra person for the rest of this round.
That'll definitely be interesting, but it seems like they're doing a good job of managing the Huntress between the three of them.
They definitely have some communication going on because they know how to hide, they know how to be stealthy, and they're communicating between their team, which is amazing that they can do it. And it helps with it makes the killers difficult, but at the same time, we've seen the killers even with like Survivor's friend teams, they've been like telling people, if they can point out the location of the killer. But at the same time, we've seen the killers go in and like get some good kills also. So it just depends on communication from the team.
Most definitely. And definitely an interesting strategy to jump down off the hill there. They do not have balanced landing. They do have live. Oh, and she almost took that hatchet to the face there. It's very clear Shy Foxy is not looking behind her as she runs. She did just throw that. She panicked through the pallet there after she got hit. She ran right back into the Huntress, but the Huntress was not able to take advantage of that. Ooh. We could have a 2-2 game here.
Oh, man.
Shy Foxy looking behind her now.
I would like to point out that yesterday we did count disconnects as, once they were mid-match, as kills for the killer. So it looks like the killer will at least have 1 point for this round, because we will continue with the rules from yesterday. They stay the same. So they will at least have 1 kill, because there was already at least, I believe, 1 gen done and like 2 or 3 hooks. So that will count as disconnect, because the killer is the one hosting. So it just depends on if the survivor, if they lag out or they disconnect. It's very unfortunate, but their team can still manage to maybe get their survivors out.
Oh, sorry.
Most definitely. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to count as a point for Corpse Party streamers on the survivor side. I apologize. It is going to count as a point for Big Peener Boy's killer. Looks like they have 2 outs. The Shy Foxy still down. They were chased out, so this is going to be a 2-2 match. This is going to be a draw. We are going to a 3rd match. Oh, wait a minute. Shy Foxy with the Unbreakable. Unfortunately, the Huntress did see her use it right away and was able to down her immediately. So this does look like it's going to be a 2-kill situation going into the 3rd match. And what happens in the event of a draw here?
This is the first. Booker, what do you think?
Do what, Kanisha?
At the
We
end,
have a draw.
if after the end of the 3rd match we still have a draw between the 2 teams, how will that be handled? Will we go into overtime?
You will go in overtime.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay.
You will definitely go in overtime. So it is now it's 4-4 still, right? Because they got 2 kills technically because of disconnect. So it's 4-4
Yeah,
now.
2K
So we will go into our
energy,
3rd
for sure.
round. Yeah. Again,
Definitely
which
a
is
very
pretty
close
So do
decent
my
for these
disconnect
teams,
still count as a
because,
point for their
like
killing?
we said, we didn't even see Big Peener Boy. I hate to repeat it, but we didn't even see them play yesterday. So they've been actually doing pretty good, and they've used their perks to their advantage, even though that Unbreakable, unfortunately, did them out. If they would have got out, they would have had a point ahead. But that Huntress came around the corner at the perfect